If you told us we'd be going through the worst caffeine withdrawals of our life after 3 weeks here, we wouldn't have changed a thing. You're watching 21 Days on a Coffee Farm with the Gay Girl Travel Guides. I always loved coffee. I never had to go through that phase where you acquire the taste. I just took to it straight away. I worked as a barista when I was 17, which only added fuel to the fire. By the time I was at uni, the amount I was drinking, like most, was quite worrying. The funny thing is, I thought I loved coffee until I was stood mixing corn husk, pig manure and eggshells with charcoal in 30-degree Thai heat. And that's when it hit me. I didn't really love it. Not properly, but now I do. As for my other half, the first coffee I had at her house consisted of 4 heaped tablespoons of instant coffee, served lukewarm due to it being 3/4 full of oat milk. As her love for me grew, so did her love for coffee, and she does now make a banging cuppa after quickly learning that coffee is made differently to hot chocolate. It was at Suan Lahu where she met her first coffee machine and became a fast pro. I feel very lucky to have witnessed that transformation. Welcome to Suan Lahu. It's an organic coffee farm in Northern Thailand, owned by a super hard-working Lahu man called Louis and a lovely German couple, Carina and Werner. We learnt about the importance of preserving the land for later generations during our stay. The last owners of the land grew crops with the use of pesticides and chemical fertilisers, which left harmful residues that degraded the soil and reduced biodiversity. To improve the quality of the soil and grow healthy crops, biochar is used at Suan Lahu. Waste wood is collected from around the farm from damaged trees. Charcoal is then produced from this wood slowly using a low oxygen kiln, leaving a porous material that holds nutrients and helps the soil thrive. It's then mixed into compost of corn husk, pig manure and eggshells that results in this really effective organic matter that's beneficial in many ways. As mentioned before, it holds onto the nutrients, which feeds back into the land, benefiting plant growth. It enhances soil structure so that roots can access these nutrients and water easier. It improves biodiversity of organisms and microbes, which are needed by plants that chemical fertilisers strip away. Biochar is also a stable form of carbon that can be stored in the soil for a long period of time, removing it from the atmosphere and contributing to carbon sequestration. For the good of the planet and generations to come, organic farming is more about what you grow, but how you grow it. It means feeding the crops and the soil, as well as avoiding chemicals that do more harm than good. It takes longer and it's harder work, but the result is something more thoughtful and worthwhile. It's a way of farming that gives something back to the land, to the people, and to the future. Louis prides himself on his farm, and rightfully so. We didn't farm every work day. On some days we gathered clay from the village to make a paste to plaster on the walls around the farm. The buildings were made from brick, so this was purely for aesthetic purposes. It looked great afterwards, if I do say so myself. As it wasn't coffee picking season when we visited, we spent time learning about the other processes involved in coffee farming. We also sorted the green coffee beans from the season prior, dried and de-shelled. The first time sorting consisted of us second guessing whether we were being too picky or not picky enough, thinking we got the hang of it, and then a rogue, imperfectly perfect bean would shatter our confidence. There were times where we'd find ourselves staring at a bean the size of our pinky nail for 3 minutes, but after a few rounds we started to get the hang of it, and by the end we were easily 3 times faster than when we started. Beans are then roasted, either medium or dark. They expand during this process due to the increased internal pressure from the vaporization of water and generation of gases inside the bean. At the same time, they actually lose mass as moisture evaporates. It's really fascinating to watch and even better to smell. Wish there was smell-o-vision right now. Finally, once cooled, the beans are hand packaged to preserve freshness and flavour. When we weren't working, we spent a lot of time journaling in the coffee shop, eating good food, visiting a nearby waterfall, playing with the kittens. The list could go on. It was amazing.
Ciao, pretty boy. wag your tail, pretty boy.
Some evenings we visited the village and dancing ground for games and ceremonies, welcomed warmly with smiles, cups of tea and invites to join the dancing. My girlfriend's love for cats has blossomed during our travels, which I do also take credit for. I'm very happy she's also a cat person now. The cats and kittens at Suan Lahu were honestly the cherry on top of our beautiful experience, and if it wasn't the start of our travels, we could have so easily taken them home with us. Slowing down at Suan Lahu reminded us that good things take time. Coffee, compost and connection included. We're so grateful to Suan Lahu, the people, the cats and the quiet in-between moments that made it all feel whole. If you're watching this with a coffee in hand, we hope you taste a little more of what goes into it. Check out Suan Lahu's website and Worldpackers in the description if you're interested in learning more and volunteering for yourself. We'd highly recommend it. If you enjoyed our video, give us a like and subscribe for more. See you on our next travels, the Gay Girl Travel Guides.